it says, let me say again, the most dramatic and mysterious of the 10 plagues of Mitzrayim was Hoshech, darkness. Hashem told Moshe, put your hand over the heavens, and there'll be darkness, and you will be tangible. You could feel it. So what happened? 3 days. There was such a thickness, no one could see his brother, and no one could move. But the Jewish people, they had light, they had or. So the sages teach us, Chazal tell us, 3 days they're in darkness, the Egyptians, they couldn't move. They were frozen however they were. And what was the point of this? Why you need to have such a strong darkness? So he explains, Chazal tell us, Paro and his people had a good life. Israel, the Jewish people were slaves to them, and they had comfort. So they would never change and make the Teshuva, the Egyptians. Why would they? So Hashem said, you guys are living good, and you guys are busy, you guys are having everything good. So what do you have to do? Now I'm going to give you time to think. You can't do nothing now. You're stuck the way you are, and what can you do? You eat, you're living, breathing, and you only could do is think. Nothing to do. When you can't move, all you can do is think. So Hashem made them think about why this is happening to them. Hopefully they make the Teshuva. But then the Midrash says that there's also some Jews who were affected by the Makat Hoshech. He says there were many Jews who were wicked. They didn't want to leave Mitzrayim. They were almost from Makat Bechoro. They're going to leave with Moshe. And there's Jews who didn't want to leave. Hashem knew they weren't going to leave. So Hashem, what did he do? He waited till Hoshech to get rid of them. As it says the Pasuk, Hamushim Alu. They went up Hamushim. What is it, Hamushim? Homesh. They only left 1/5, 20% of the Jews left Egypt. So if you have 6 million men, so that means approximately 12 million Jews altogether with the wives and the kids, let's say at least 12 million. So then what? So then that was only 20% of the Jews that left. So that means how many Jews really there were? Times 5. 12 million times 5, 60. 60 million Jews. From how many of those Jews died? 48. 48 million Jews died in Choshech, and only 12 million left. Can you believe that?
Why did they want to go out? Like they were like Eved, like they were working hard, slave.
Very good. And you know what we were saying? We're saying exactly this. How could they not make Teshuva? You saw 8 plagues. You saw 9th plague. How don't you want to leave? How could you ever think Emet is Paro? Of course Emet is Moshe. Why would you want to stay? Because they're comfortable.
But how be comfortable on something like they were slave? How you can be comfortable as a slave?
This is the power of Yetzirah called hergel. To go out of comfort zone is very hard. As that's why today, look at today, I'll tell you the biggest example. That you have Tisha B'Av, and we cry, when Tisha B'Av, please, redemption. Imagine Tisha B'Av, we hear shofar. And all of a sudden, Mashiach comes. And Eliyahu Navi says, Yalla, we're all leaving. Leave your job, your car, your house, your friends, your everything. Just trust me, and we go to Israel. And we're going to protect you from Hamas and all these things. And he said, really? We're going to go there? We're going to live. Don't worry. You believe? You come. I don't know. There's a lot of terrorists there. You're going to protect us? You sure? You have Iron Dome? What you have? Which protection you're going to give us? Don't worry. Just come. How many people would say, yeah, I'm coming with you? And how many people would say, Eliyahu Navi, are you sick? You know what's in Israel? Where are you going to fit all of us? Where are you going to feed us? Who's going to protect us from the border? All these things. Yalla, Eliyahu Navi, tiraga ktsad. We're not coming with you. We want to see first. Let other people go. Then we come. Don't worry. So what happened? This is exactly what happened in Egypt also. They said, Moshe, you want to go to the desert? Ma yeshama in the midbar. What are you going to do over there? Where are you going to live? What are you going to eat? What, you think we're crazy? We're going to leave everything we have? Here we have avatiach, we have food, at least somebody gives us paycheck, at least somebody takes care of, at least we have where to live. You know, why would we leave all this and go over there in the middle of nowhere? Who's going to go? Oh, Hashem is going to take us to the promised land? Which promised land? You go first. If we see it's nice, then we come. And what happened? The 48 million thought like this, and only 12 million said, okay, we come with you, Moshe. And the same thing has to happen when Mashiach comes now. People are going to say, okay, you go first, then I come. It's always like that. It's people, you want to raise money for a shiur, you want to raise money for an organization. They say, let's see if you have a track record. Then let's see how it goes, then we'll jump in. We'll jump later. Right? It's like the guy, you go to that guy, hire me. I have no experience. No, I'm sorry. You have to have experience to be hired. So how do I get experience if I never get hired? I always have to. How do I get the first experience? Sometimes you have to jump. You have to make that jump, and nobody was willing to make that jump, or very few people. 20% were willing to make that jump. The question is, when Mashiach comes and Eliyahu Navi comes, what will you tell him? What will you answer to him? Will you be in history books from the 80% or the 20%? So therefore, a person has to know history repeats itself. If you do not learn history and learn from their mistakes, history will repeat itself. And what? That's the power of getting used to your situation. A Jew always learns to go break out of his shell, break out of his comfort zone. Why? Because that's when we bring Geulah, that's when Hashem will change things for us as well, when we change ourselves. Baruch Adonai Olam.